This episode was recorded at Flava, 9 Walter Street, Rosebank, Johannesburg. DJ Limonka is dressed by Farm Aura, located at Phase 4, Pure Drop, Leoba Complex, Gaborone.
Let's not pretend like we were not together last night.
Everything I do has my heart in it. It's a piece of my soul. I count those guys like even above the American rappers, you know, just because they are us, you know, they reflect our lives and everything. Like for me, it's just, I like it. Like I've always just wanted to get married and have a primary partner, have a partner that I share this life with. It's all I've ever wanted from when I started my sex career at 14. So I had 2 girlfriends at the same time, and I made both of them pregnant.
Wait.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
By the way, you look good, my G. You look good.
No, it sounds like I'm on a porn set. No, like a gay porn set. And you're licking your lips. Remember, you just put on the Vaseline. Like you just put on the Vaseline. And it's like,
now I'm gonna do it properly. Are you on? You look good, my G. Yo. Look, there's a certain age where we get it to, and the age shows, and yours doesn't. And we work hard. We trying to do this, Well, now you've been looking like this
for real,
for 20 years. How do you do it?
I don't know, man. I feel it though, I must tell you. I feel it. Like I got 1 round left in me per night. That's it. That's all she's getting. If she misses that window, it's done.
That's how we started this episode.
Oh, we started?
They're rolling.
No, but I'm just saying, bro, I don't know. Red wine, chocolate, and, you know, sex. That's what it's about.
Oh, grand.
You know, I'm good, bro.
Good to see you, man. Let's not pretend like we were not together last night.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sharp.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm nursing. That's why I didn't even have anything to drink. I'm just nursing the you know what I'm talking about from last night.
Yeah. All right.
It was good. It was a nice celebration, though. It was nice to... it's nice to be invited into a space where it's like a close circle of people. And so I didn't even think that I qualified to be.
Same here.
You know what I mean? And when I saw you, it was nice. And at least there was somebody I could, because those guys were going in with a language. You know, that language barrier. But yeah, man, it's Culprit's birthday celebration. That's what it was. And I mean, it's somebody we've both worked with.
Yes.
In the past. So it was really beautiful.
A genuine dude.
Yeah.
We have a language barrier now because sometimes I forget. No.
But don't forget, Brad. Remember, I'm Tswana by insertion. Insertion. Yeah. No, look.
No,
look. Dotabua, like, you know what I'm saying? If I get stuck, I'll holler.
Okay,
but
cool.
Like, you know, just here and there. But I don't want to speak it because then people are going to mock me. Because my accent is
No, I won't. Tell us who you are, where you grew up, and the setup, the family setup.
Family setup. Oh, wow. I thought you did your research.
I know it.
I thought you were going to do the intro.
Nah. There's no intros here.
So, yeah, I'm Fortune Masina, right? And on the personal side, you know, I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a friend, I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a fellow, you know, hip hop lover, and then on the professional side, I'm a creative, you know, artist, writer, and producer, both on TV and music sometimes, you know. And I'm a passionate person, and I love what I do. Like, life just feels like, for me, I'm coloring in for a living, you know what I mean? So I'm just enjoying life. I'm enjoying life, I'm enjoying people, and I take each day as it comes. And yeah, man, the sky's the limit, you know?
Where were you born and raised?
Jesus. You really?
Yeah, man, we go there.
So both my parents are from Mpumalanga, right? It was Eastern Transvaal back then. In Middelburg, a place called Middelburg, Mhluzi. And that's where I was born. I was their firstborn. And then I'm followed by a guy called Ramesh. He comes after me, and he was also born in Middelburg. And then there's Quentin and Ansley. They were born in Witbank, and then I got twin sisters who were born here in Joburg. So that's where we're from. So Nanyiti, Nyovagashela, Kakoko. I'm going to Middelburg. I'm going to Mpumalanga, which is about two hours from here. So, yeah, but we moved around quite a lot. I think from Middelburg, we moved to Witbank, and then that's where I started my schooling. And then in like standard 2, which is like, I think it's grade 4, if I'm converting it to my 2000.
I never
Born
tried.
Freeze.
I never
yeah,
tried.
the
Like,
Born Freeze know it as,
Yeah.
So, and then we moved to Emma Melody, go C3.
Oh,
So, yeah, we lived there for 3 years or so. And I think we were there while waiting for a house to be built in Davidton, Etwatwa. So we lived there for like 3 years. Then we moved to Davidton, Etwatwa for another like 3 years. And then we moved to Benoni. And I think I was maybe 15, turning 16. We moved into the burbs and went to school in Boksburg, CBC Boksburg. And yeah, man, that's when I started to connect with the other East Rand people, and I got to build my social life. You know, it's high school, and so you get to know who's who in the zoo. And yeah, then when I finished school, I then came to Joburg, and I had a flat in Hillbrow. And that obviously just kind of brought us closer to, or brought me closer to the creative space, you know, like just getting, and the music scene was like popping, the Kwaito scene was kind of fresh, and you're starting to meet artists, you're starting to see that, hey, wait a minute, there's, you know, other things outside of just playing sports at school. I went to a school where, I mean, throughout high school, all I did was rugby, soccer, athletics, and I was never really in the drama and the cultural stuff. And I joined the choir once because I was in a boys' school, so they had girls from Macaulay House coming to visit for the choir. So I joined just so that I could have interaction with the girls, you know, just for that particular season. I don't know if choirs have a season or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, but when we got to Joburg, and I was actually following, not really following, but I was kind of helping Ramesh because he was already in high school doing a lot of, he was involved in the music scene. Like he was already working at David Gresham Studios and writing songs for, you know, for artists. I forget, I think there was a lady called Patricia Lewis. She was like the it girl, like back in the early 90s in the pop scene. And he was already involved in that. And Ramesh wanted to leave CBC and go to Eden College because he felt that he could be closer to the hip hop scene, the clubs, because they were like popping at that time. And so when I came to Joburg, I was coming like basically in his shadow, so to speak. So then I got into the crowd. You met all the club guys, you know, the Amus, the Selvins, the Squatter Boys, the Bionics, DJ Bigger, you know. So, and that's when I started to, you know, to kind of be open to the creative space and to seeing these guys writing rhymes, writing lyrics, making beats, performing. And I was I was like, I know I need to be in this space somehow, you know? So basically that's how I landed in Joburg, you know, in the scene that I'm at now. That's what landed me here on this couch, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know you didn't invite me to ask about my sex tapes. You know?
We'll get into that. Don't worry.
Yeah, man.
Your first rhyme.
Jeez. No. Jeez.
How old were you? What inspired it?
Rhymes.
Your first 16 bar.
I think I was old, man. Like, I think... Ooh. I think I was like maybe 21, 22, where I actually wrote something, and I felt like, okay, you know, Ramesh was already writing, and he had a studio at home, and I wrote because the stuff was there, and was like, let's record something, and we just recorded because everything was there.
Your first rhyme ended up recorded.
Yeah, 100%. Like, but you know, I've never been like I want to rap like I just never had that kind of a dream. Like, you know, it just, for me, it was like, okay, there's rap and I love it and I love the art and I love what MCs do. I enjoy what they do and I marvel over the wordplay and all of that stuff. And I'm like, I could do it, but it's not the thing I want to actually sharpen, polish and be the best at it. I'm not in there for the sport of it. I do it because I enjoy it. I think I can do it, and I thought I could do it. I sat there with Ramesh and Quinton, and we did by example, and I wrote those lyrics, and you know, we came up with concepts, and I wrote some lyrics, and I put it on tape. As simple as that. And it's always been my approach. Like I just do something that I'm feeling, and it's not about, can I do better than so-and-so? Or it's like, for me, this is what I can do with what I have, and I'm going to do it and show the world and hope one or two people kind of like it. You know what I mean? I think it went something like, finally we on record, it's my time to prime. 2000 and beyond, expected is mine to shine, to be the main act, triple profit and hold figures, away from all who cripple pockets, them gold diggers, the talk, non-believers how we'd flop in the start, they never thought us overachievers, now we top in the charts, got heads flock in the park, you have beans is mad at me, I've been rocking ever since paper jeans and bad acne, you're gonna feel this, local artists I'm proud to say, 3 of the realest vocal partners from Mouth the J, representing my city, the ill address where hip-hop still slept on ceiling. Like a mattress, it's us, the crazies this, you all stalk us around, you discuss our latest hits, we the talk of the town, certified live on sets, or proceed to hype the audience, a sound investment, guaranteed tight performance. Like, that was...
What year was this?
No, man, I think it was 99
wow.
something. I think it was 99.
It doesn't sound like 99 though. In 2025, still sounds fresh. But I can pick up that the J-Sec era was representing here.
100%. Yeah, like, so it was dope because, I mean, we wrote, me and Quentin, who's the Naked DJ, right? So, and Ramesh was the rapper. And so, you know, when you like the sidekicks.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, let's just do a project. And then you guys do this. And then he put his rhymes first. And then me and Quentin put ours. And he was like, I like it. We're going to record it. And then we recorded it. And then that was it, you know?
Is this verse from King King Ting King King Ting
No,
Ting
no,
King
it's
King
not.
Ting King
It's-
King
it's
Ting?
not. It rocks.
Ay!
That was 3 years later or something. That was like, that was
It
3
rocks!
years ago. Yeah, that was like 3 years
It
later.
rocks!
Yeah, you know?
I love that term, man.
That was a good era. That was a very nice era.
In fact, you're right. Ramesh was the superstar.
Yeah, no, he was. I mean, Ramesh was in the group of people who were in the first hip-hop CD to ever come out of SA, right?
Motherload.
The Motherload, that compilation. Well, maybe not, I wouldn't say, because, I mean, we had the Cape Town guys who were really publishing stuff. But in Joburg, J-Section, like, we just didn't have that movement here. It was just on the ground. But when Motherload came out, it was on wax. You know, it was like, okay, cool, now we've done it. And I remember walking into Rosebank, look and listen, and it was like right there at the front, and we celebrated that whole day, bro. Like, we bought that CD. I think it was me and a friend of mine, Viwe. We Saikazata, and we bought that CD. I don't know how we even got home. I think we don't know how we got home, but we're gonna make sure we can afford the CD today. So yeah, man, the Motherload was the beginning of everything. And for me, that's when I started being a fan of my friends, you know, like, I always keep it at home. I start at home. They say charity starts at home. And so when I look at the names that I've mentioned, for me, like, I love those guys. Like, and I think they're better than, you know, I think I count those guys like even above the American rappers, you know, just because they are us, you know, they reflect our lives, and, you know, and a lot of these guys, this is not even their first language. And so for them, they having to overcome so much in order for them to express themselves. And I really just admire that. I mean, the Americans, it's their language, and there's nothing, for me, I believe, challenging in terms of them expressing themselves authentically in their own language, lingo, and everything. But for guys who, in my era, the pioneers who came from a time where the world was, you didn't have channels where you could see what's happening outside, you know? You had a very limited window, but they would actually maximize on that opportunity to learn about the world, to learn about the art of rap, and still craft a fresh perspective representing who they're from, just based on that small little window of influence that they got from those elite TDK tapes that, like, 100 people have dubbed it or whatever, you know, with that his sound, but you can still hear, you can still follow, you understand. I mean, guys like Abo Iko at that time making beats, like, there was no AI, there was no YouTube, but these guys...
Even internet.
There was no internet, but those guys, their passion made a plan and made it all work out. And I really admire that. And I think they've actually, it's said that pioneers never really, obviously, they don't get to bask in the sun and see the returns in terms of monetary wise, but just their spirit, you know, their passion. And it wasn't, you weren't doing this to get rich, you were doing it because you love it, you know? And I just feel that they got old too quickly. And when I say that, I mean, like, you know, life caught up with them a little bit too soon. Like, we were at the ages where life was starting. So, you know, the the free trial of life was running out. Now you needed to get married, you having kids,
You
you
get
had to
out.
move out of home. And so a lot of them had to take that hip hop mentality and go make a living elsewhere, you know, whether it was TV production, whether it was corporate, whether it was going into business, whatever it is, they had to, you know, go and do that because you can't be a broke, passionate rapper forever. You can't raise your kids, you know, on
On hope and passion.
an exposure.
The word that everybody hates.
Yeah, you know. By the way, bro, he called me here. He said to me, I must come for exposure. I didn't pay me, man. You're still exploiting us, bro. But it's all good, man. I'll do anything for you. You know this, though.
Yeah, man. When did you think about the concept AboMrapper from, by example?
So AboMrapper is a concept that came about in this particular space where my brother Ramesh had this studio, like where a gang of people would come to his studio in Hillbrow to record almost everything from radio demos to like proper music demos and things like that. I mean, the Mischiefs recorded there. You know, countless radio demos like went through there. You know, Azania, she recorded there. Like everybody would go past there to record something. And some of the names I don't even know. I mean, Ramesh was telling me the other day that he has recorded with AKA. I didn't even know that, but he's got him on file somewhere. You know, so everybody used to come past there. The squatter camps, guys used to come past the flat to record. And whenever someone was there, I always felt like that was an opportunity for them to record something for me. Because in the evening, when they're done, I would be sitting there just making beats and learning how to make beats and things like that. And then I had like a few of them. And then Specs would come over and then he would record something. And then I'd be like, hey, here's a beat. Can you do something on this? And then eventually, it just kind of became a compilation as they stacked up and they were just sitting there, those records. And for the first time, you had records where even the squatter guys were kind of like split up on there because Flava would be here on one day and then we record, and then on another, it's Boza and he's just hanging. And I'm like, hey, man, here's a beat. Let's do something. On another day, it's someone else. You know what I'm saying? And then I kind of compiled this thing and I put it on one, disc. And I just thought, let me just release it, right? And the idea was to, like, I really love hyper-localizing something. Like, I love that concept. And so the idea was to, okay, we've learned now the hip-hop from the States. How do we, because hip-hop is basically reflecting you, where you come from, your environment, your language, your fashion, everything like that, right? So I thought, let me put this together as, you know, at that time it was called a compilation because it's a lot of people, but it actually wasn't, because it was actually a producer-led body of work, you know? So I put it together and I had to give it a title. Okay, so when I gave it, when the time came for me to give it a title, I thought AboMrapper was the best title. I don't want to go Abo my nigga. I didn't want to say Abo you my man. But those were all part of the, what's the word, derogatory terms that people will associate with rap cats. And so AboMrapper was one of them. But it's the most...
Less...
Yeah, it's less aggressive.
Yes.
You understand? It's not as bad. So then I thought, okay, let me call it Abo Mrapper. And it was because I wanted us to promote the vernac rap. You know, like I wanted us to, and all of these guys went to private schools, most of them, but I was like, let's try and use our own language. Because we still have beautiful languages that's colorful, that has idioms, that has metaphors, that have, we have our own references that we can speak to locally instead of, you know, making American references and things like that. So that was the idea. That's why I thought, okay, AboMrapper will always be this bunch of guys who were the pioneers and who made it cool to be Mzansi and proud.
So that album changed my life.
For real?
Yeah. Because it was 2005, right?
2004
2004.
when it dropped. Yeah.
Yes. 2004, I'm in Auckland Park, I see it. And the name, Nje, I'm like, oh, definitely not quite.
Yeah.
Definitely not quite. Bought the album. And
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, where can I get it? I didn't know you
Oh,
at the
no,
time.
that's so dope, man. Yeah.
But I think by the time I bought it, I was already aware of you through YFM, Lee, Bad Boy Lee and Sansa, because you're dominant in the space. But when the album dropped, it changed my life. And I thought,
Wow.
oh, I can do this. Mind you, there was a space in radio where DJs, to pop, you need to be on air. Like,
Yes.
Naked was Kowai,
Yeah.
Sea Life,
Yeah.
all the DJs were.
Euphonics. all of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I knew Horai. And I thought to myself, and
No, but you were like, you had your own way because you were a DJ to a rapper.
no, this is prior. This is before.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was DJ Monks. I was coming my way. I thought I was the man in my world.
Wow.
Jabba's the one who named me Limonka.
For real?
Yeah. He kept on saying, I'm like, no, DJ
Wow.
Monks. I was playing at Carfax, doing all these clubs. Where I don't even know Dan. He was a white guy who was a hip hop promoter.
Yeah. Of course, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was the guy.
Wow.
And I was forced to rebrand and became who I became.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's rewind then. So now, no, you definitely needed to be on radio at that time to pop.
100%. So now I'm thinking, okay, cool. How am I gonna pop now? Because there's no space for.
It's saturated.
Yeah. I mean, even but DJ Dollar as standing in if Naked is not around, but Dollar, but like there's multiple guys who are, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. I need to drop a tape.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know how many copies I bought. In fact, I went to your launch. Best night of my life. I think it was on a Thursday.
Yeah, at Roxy's.
Yes. I was there.
Okay.
And I was walking go Shopongo Campus Square.
Yeah.
Went to the launch. Launch ends. Went back to the shop. Slept on the couch because I was staying in Krugersdorp. I couldn't go back there. I didn't have a car.
Wow, bro.
That album changed my life. The thing is, you are jokey. I can't tell you. I mean, now I'm shocked you are not teasing me. If I've never told you this, but this album changed my life. And the dope thing about this album is when you did Volume 2, I was part of it. You don't understand.
Oh, wow, man.
You don't understand.
No, look, I mean, I think I really appreciate that, you know, to hear you say that. It's not because, you know, I'm happy that you mentioned the YFM. You know, I think, yeah, mostly like my audience was very Gauteng oriented, you know, like based here because of YFM.
Yes.
And at that time, we were really pushing hard, and that, you know, and it was very difficult to promote an album that had so many faces. You understand? And at that time, so, and I was independent. You know, like I everything was by myself. I only had a distribution deal through Ready Rolled with Kevin Stewart, but like everything was just me. Everything was funded by me. I never, like it was.
There was no advance.
There was no advance, you know, and which is good, man. I own everything. I own everything that's mine, and I'm happy with that. And the people who bought it, couple of thousands people who bought it, all the money came to me. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a beautiful thing. However,
Which is the bigger check though? But go on.
yeah, 100%, you know, but you only see that later because, you know, everybody else is so loud, and you think you are not progressing because you're looking at everybody else because, and when I say loud, I don't mean like they're talking loud. It's just their brand is louder because they're everywhere. And you forget that you have your own course to walk, and you know, and you just walk your path and don't be bothered by anyone else. So I never had the machine behind me. I mean, there were talks at some part with Bada Being and Huri, let's do something, but I'm also quite, like, I don't like to work in a group. I like, you know, I just like my own way of doing things because I realize that not everybody has the same values and the same vision. And so I'd like to make my own mistakes than to hitch a ride on somebody else's, you know? So it's important for me to hear you say that. It warms my heart because I wasn't those artists who got love all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Like whose fans are loud because they know them. So it means a lot to hear from somebody who I respect, like just as much, somebody who is just as strong in terms of your presence in the formative years of hip hop, and you are a pioneer yourself, which is why you were on the second one. So for me, it means a lot to hear somebody I respect say that about, and I think you've gone and you've surpassed what I could ever have dreamed of. You know what I mean? And your movement still lives now, and through, you know, the Motswako tours, and I know you're a big driving force behind it, because you are a dreamer as well, you know. So it means a lot that somehow there was some influence from me.
I think the first thing that I appreciated about you is, to me, you are this big figure, but you listened. When I asked for your numbers, I don't even remember how that happened, but at the store, I ordered, I think, 2 boxes of CDs from you. I don't even remember the store. Bring the Noise. It was in Campus Square.
In Campus Square, the hip hop, like a tiny little shop like this.
Yeah.
That was the best shop at the square, bro. Like, that was the best shop at the square.
Yeah. Then I love this tape, and I feel like, yo, Muff Town, there's this guy, and I go to Music, I go Mafikeng, I can't find it. I try to convince them to order. There's a long process. I speak to you. You are talking to Ready Rolled, and I'm like, fuck it. Bought a box, sold it myself.
Oh, wow.
And introduced a couple of people that side that my friends, all of them have a copy of your album.
I appreciate that. That's nice. That's nice. Thank you, man.
Why didn't you find, I asked you the other day, Jorge. In fact, I was teasing you when I let my way to don't have MC names. What happened?
But my way to doesn't have a 2.
Well, but when you say it, when they announced on radio, it doesn't have a 2. But you are right. Yours is fortune, straight up.
Yeah, it's just fortune. I could have put a 4. Let me. I actually tried at some point. That was my first rap name.
Yes.
But it didn't stick. I think somebody wrote it wrong on a flyer.
Ah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to change it now. I'm just going to leave it. But I mean, my name just sounds like AKA anyway, you know? But it also, my grandmother taught me that names mean something, right? So it's everything I do has my heart in it. It's a piece of my soul. And so when that mishap happened with the Ep.4, and I kind of left it, but I was like, the consolation was like, but I consoled myself like, yeah, but Tukoko said, I must just use my name anyway. And so I use it, right? And there's meaning behind it. So, I mean, you have a very sentimental, meaning to your name. And as you mentioned it before, that you were given by somebody you love dearly, like somebody we all love. That's a beautiful story, you know. I think for me, it is still a beautiful story for me to know that the name I chose to use is a name that my parents gave me because of what I represented to them. I was their little fortune. You know what I mean? And so, and as much as what you're talking about now, and it sounds poetic and everything, and it sounds corny, but I sort of like was that into your life when you got exposed to my project. You know, like you left with that little bit of fortune which you've built on for us to be sitting here today. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it is that your tongue is powerful. What people say, what people call you when they're calling you, like you basically are manifesting. They're manifesting, and they're saying to when you say fortune, you telling me I am wealth. I am everything that I need, and so I like that. I like that, and I mean, it's nice to have a cool name, like that. That just sounds cool, but it's but this is my path. This is what I want to do, you know, and it's my project is not really about me. The AboMrapper brand isn't about me. It's about my friends who I believe deserve a whole lot of light because they are so talented and they need to be heard, they need to be seen, and they need to be making a lot of money. They need to be blessed because there's a lot of people who are standing on their shoulders. And I think some of them do get some recognition, but it's far and few between. You know how it goes. Nami, it's how many times have I said, yo, shout out to POC, or it's people forget about the people who paved the way. Yeah, so it's I would rather let the squatter camp shine. I would rather let the Amu shine, the Mr. Selvin shine, the Wicked shine, and all the others, and those are the brands that you would see tagged. You know what I mean? That's fine. For me, it's just fortune is just presenting it to the audience to say, hey, here's something else that they do, you know? Because of my projects, they can be, I think, more themselves. There's no pressure to sell a single or to, you know what I mean? It's just, let's just rap like back in the day, you know what I mean? And it's that backpack stuff that I enjoy listening to. And I actually enjoy that backpack rap, splash, blah, blah, blah. That's the kind of stuff that I think, and I think maybe that's why I enjoy Proverbs so much, because it reminds me of that passion. I mean, I listen to people like the MF Dooms, the older Joey Badasses from like 2012, 1999. I think that's the kind of stuff, that grimy, New Yorky sound. That's what I like. And my project is like that. Like, it's not, I ain't trying to pop, I'm just trying to have fun with these talented guys.
There's one guy that we all love. We love this guy. He was on your first project and your second project. In fact, I don't know how YFM played this song. Tech Tola, Flava Rapper, Tech Muridio, you know.
It's like a swear word.
Yeah.
My mother hates that word.
Exactly.
I think my mother would rather hear a F4
Yeah.
for some reason it just has a sting.
Yes, I'm going somewhere with this. And then on your second album, you actually shot a video for this guy, Flava. The feature that you had with him, right? And I remember when you shot the music video, I was there. And I think that's the longest I've spoken to Flava. In fact, I don't know what we were talking about, but there was a Thursday thing that we were supposed to do or meet or whatever. And shortly after your video shoot, literally not more than 5 days, Flava's no more.
So it's a little bit more than 5 days.
Is it?
Yeah, because Culprit shot the music video, and he's the one who picked that particular song, because so I don't want to take, but yeah, so it was supposed to be the first viewing of the cut, the first offline of the music video. So it's a little longer, could have been 10 days or whatever. But yes, it was also my last time having a conversation with Flava. And the conversation we were having, sadly enough, is the conversation that would lead up to the tragic incident that took his life.
What was that conversation?
No, I mean, it was a conversation between you and him, but so it's gonna stay there, but there were problems between him and his girlfriend at the time because of things that had transpired. And he wasn't himself the entire time at that music. Every single opportunity he had, because I've been married for such a long time, people always come to me for marriage advice, so every time we would cut, he would come to me and talk about it, and he was hurt. He was going through something, and I'm not saying he was hurt by her or he was hurt. No, they were just having an issue during that time, and he was not in a good space. But he missed her, and he just didn't know how to make it right, you know. So, yeah. I mean, there's other details because I seen the messages, But yeah, it's what are you gonna do now?
You find out. Why did you find out? Where were you when you found out?
So I was taking a car. I almost branded. I already told you the brand of the car. But I was.
We know how you roll.
No, I don't. But I was on my way I was on 14th Avenue, about to drop the car for its service, and I heard on radio. I heard on radio, because I dropped the kids in the morning, so I haven't checked the phone, and I heard on radio, and then I started. Then the messages, when I checked, the messages were coming. It was the saddest. I'm actually just, it's one of the saddest moments of my life. I mean, I was close with Flava a lot. Flava was Ramesh's friend, our mothers knew each other, and they were all just hip hop mothers. So his mother would visit my mother and vice versa, But to be honest, his mother would come to my mom more because of Komora. My mom's like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? But very close. We were like brothers. I mean, there was a time where, so anybody who's close to my family is close to me, is family to me, and so as the big brother, they would always kind of call me their big brother as well. Whenever there were issues, whether personal, financial, there's a bully somewhere, they would always call on me. So that was it. It's probably, I mean, I've lost a lot of, when you get to be 50 years old, you lose a lot of people. But this one was the first one that really, really hurt because this was a peer. This was somebody young and somebody that I really loved. We spent a lot of time in studio. We've recorded probably over 12 songs with him. Some were trash, and not because of him, but mostly because of me, because I was still learning at the time. But he always gave me his best, no matter what. Like it was, I'd be like, yo, I got this beat. And he'd be like, okay, I got rhymes. And then we just record, and he would, he just never really judged me, and he never thought he was better than me and my music. He always just went on and recorded. That's how much he loved the art, but that's also how much I believe that's how much he loved me, because he would just do that stuff without even question, without asking where is it going. We just hanging. And I remember when remember I used to have a Fox, the blue one, and it broke down a block from my house. He was coming to my house.
He used to rap about it.
He used to rap about it all the time. And I remember when it broke down, and at that time we were all broke. Bro, we couldn't even afford a flat bed. I think it stayed there at the corner of Bayers Nodier and I forget. But it stayed there. The mind, like as you get old, bro, the memory just goes. But it stayed there for about 3 days before we could
make a plan.
Somebody must come and get it. And the wheel was sitting like this. And I guess we never could afford to get it fixed after that, because it never worked after that. But he would literally drive to me all the time to go and record. We'd be either at Ramesh's studio, or we'll go to Thabo Dladla all the way in Helder Crane or something in the West Rand. So I love that guy. And yeah, man, it really stung. It really stung.
Talking about loss, I remember when I almost said when I lost Jabba, when the country lost Jabba, you were the closest person to me, and when everybody asked, how can we help? You just helped. I just found myself around you, and I was at your house the day before the memorial service. It was so calm at your house. There was chaos everywhere except your house. And just talking to somebody that I knew Jabba, and understood loss. I don't know what you did, man, but it was so calm at your house. Thank you.
I don't know what to say. Like, I don't think it's calm at all. I had teens at that time, bro. But look, I think they also understood.
Before you even finish that thought, we were supposed to write something. You are running around. Help me.
The program, I think it was the program for...
Yes, you literally wrote it.
Yeah, I helped. So, but look, this was, Jabba was my friend as well. When at Ramesh's flat, I remember Jabba, the first time meeting him, you went there, but it was him and he had another manager guy. I forget this guy's name now.
Sabel. Sabel?
No. I don't think it was Sabel.
Before Sabel. Baby Fat time, ne? Before around the Umang album, before it came out.
No, way before that.
Okay.
Like he was there in 2002, 3. He would come over to the flat. So we go way back, And even though we always used to, we thought he was Kwaito. We were because J Section was all about boom bap, boom bap, boom bap. You spiggling door, spiggling, and he was, you know what I mean? He was really chill, But he was trying to tell us that, localize, not just the words, but even sonically, you need to adapt to,
audience.
Switch, to your audience. This is the vibe. This is how we are. And I remember the conversation, him talking about, but if you look at the West Coast and you look at the East Coast, they're different because these ones, it's Timberlands and heavy because it's cold. And this side, it's the khakis and the Converse.
All-Stars, yes.
You know what I mean? And yeah, we just felt, gangsta. We thinking gangsta and premiere, you know what I mean? And so we go way back. So this for me was, and he was my neighbor, bro. Like,
100%.
you know what I mean? So we've had a lot of chats. We've spoken about a lot of things. Like I'm saying, people, whenever they talk about marriage and love life things, they always kind of reach out to me. Because I don't know, maybe these rap cats don't get married as often. I don't know what the problem is in the VIP section there, where you guys work, you know? But we've spoken a lot, and we were even talking even towards the end of his life. I mean, a lot of people say it, but I could feel that he felt that he was losing, the grip on certain aspects of his life, and a lot of people have speculated that maybe, the shows weren't coming as much anymore. And it's sad because people don't know that life is like that, you know. But also, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are fighting. I mean, I just watched a clip of Casper talking about people making fun of him. And I get it. Like, I mean, it's harsh. He's a public figure, so people will take shots at him. But there was words he said, and he said, people don't know what I'm fighting, you know? Because you don't know what people are fighting. I have a friend, Viwe. We were friends since we were 12 years old. And he passed away in 2020, I think it was 2021 or 2022. And we thought we understood what his problem was, only to find that he actually had, a condition that he was dealing with, that we didn't know about. I don't know, they'll forgive me if the family doesn't like to talk about it, but we need to be aware that people are fighting other things. And you can say to me, hey, you're looking like this. Dude, like, it's just a genetic lottery. It has nothing to do with me. But there's other people who, struggle with weight. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with them. You can't mock them. There's people who struggle with acne. There's people who struggle with a lot of things, I struggle with a huge penis, but I've managed to tame it. I just don't respond to the DM.
You are hanging on me.
I'm just ignore the DM. Ignore it. Ignore it. I'm kidding. But, so...
Nice segue from no, that's...
No,
yeah.
but you understand. So,
yeah.
So, I think it's important to... I often see this. I don't know who originated this, but they say be kind to people because you don't know what they're going through. Everyone. So you showed up at my house, which is a place we don't really open up to everybody, but and you felt some calm, and it had to be that because you were going through something, and we had to offer you what you needed. And we're happy that you could find that solitude and that solace at that particular time for that. I mean, like I'm telling you, it was the universe doing it because there was nothing intentional from our side. You know what I mean? I think the whole world knows you as, Jabba's first DJ. You understand? Even now, you Jabba's DJ. You know what I mean? So we felt the loss, but we can only imagine what you were going through. Because you also needed to be, remember, like, I could go to the house and then also separate myself from it when you couldn't. Because the family knows you, everybody knows you, you needed to be strong, and everybody's looking at Uncle Limonka or what's happening, when are we doing this, when are we doing, because the world was expecting you to communicate or to at least know what to do. So, but you know, that's what friendship is all about, bro. That's what friendship is all about, you know?
Thanks, my homie. Now, you said teenagers, so let's go to marriage. And obviously, like you said, you all come to you when you need some advice. When did you get married? Because I've known you as a married guy since day one.
I was born married. I got married in 2002. So that, and yeah, so by the time you knew me,
it was over.
Yeah, I was off the shelves. and I think I've always known that I wanna get married. Like even going through high school when you know, and you're like, everybody's like, I want to be an accountant, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this. In my head, I was like, I want to be a family man. Like, I just never had, dude, I've never dreamt of it. Even now, when I was telling you about rap, like, for me, it's just another day, I'm going to do this, I'm going to play and have fun and color in. But the one thing I really take seriously is the family life, the family man thing. And I feel like I was engineered and wired to be a family man. It's as simple as that. And from just, I see now, like, you know, I do tend to have a gift of like relationships, like friendships, you know, like for me that it's, you know, it's just easy for me to do. So that's why I'm saying it feels like I was wired and engineered, designed, and I was born to be that. And I love it. That's my favorite role. That's the thing. You see, once we get started with this topic, it may never end because, you know, the hip hop thing, I can cut it now and be like, okay, it's done. You know, I've only written like 10 raps in my life. But when it comes to relationships with people, romantic relationships, friendships, then I can talk because my passion is people. And getting married to somebody who understands that, values that, and allows me to do that is so easy, you know, and it doesn't even feel like I've been married for 23 years. You know, it's just so easy. Like I've got the freedom to be myself. When I'm making a music project or I'm working on anything, she supports it. More often than not, she will finance it as well. And she will give me all the backing that I need. So it's easy for me to stay married because I think I tuned in very early, and that's the thing that I sharpened, and I was like, I want this thing to work for me, you know? So yeah, man, I don't know what else I can say about that, but it's not, I've never thought of it as a social status symbol or anything. Like for me, it's just, I like it. Like I've always just wanted to get married and have a primary partner, have a partner that I share this life with. It's all I've ever wanted from when I started my sex career at 14. No, but you know what I mean? Like, whoa, hold on. No, but you know what I mean? Like, when you start dating, you start dating and...
I don't know what you mean.
You know? So that's all I've ever wanted, and I'm happy that I've had this life. We've raised 4 kids, naughty as hell. We've got, we had them 2 waves. We got our oldest twins who are just turned 25 now. And then we have the second wave, you know, a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old. And yeah.
You dealt with teenagers twice.
Yeah, man, I'm going through it again now with these ones, you know. That's what you get though, John. If your pull-out game is bad, you're going to Flava. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, It's crazy. Sometimes I'm like, I should have. I don't know what. Hey, you know.
I should get advice from you about the twins because I got twins.
It's girls.
No, it's boys. So
Okay.
my firstborn is a girl. She's 10 and the boy is about 8.
Okay. Well,
And yeah. So when you knew Jorge, you might have twins because your sisters.
yeah, there's a lot of twins in the family, bruh. By hook or crook, there was bound to be.
So one wrong move right now.
Yeah, yeah. No, but like, let me tell you. So, just the interesting thing, right?
Yes.
So my older twins are not from Tish.
Okay.
So I had 2 girlfriends at the same time, and I made both of them pregnant.
Wait.
Yes. So, and then my older kids were born a day apart. So I call them my twins,
Okay.
our twins, but they're not biological twins like yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. And then I married one of their moms, like after a couple of years.
Wait.
Now you're getting content. You see, now it's now he's starting to see it. Bro. Now he's like, okay.
You
Yeah.
had 2 girlfriends.
Yeah.
I know one. Which is your wife right now, Tish, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eventually one became my
So
wife.
both were pregnant at the same time.
Yeah.
How did you decide which is which? Or I'm going with Tish.
No, I mean, it took time. Like, I mean, I think I got married, the kids were 2. It took years where I think the beautiful thing about having 2 kids at the same time, bro, at the time it was daunting and it was scary, you know? And especially under those circumstances because you feel like you've done something wrong, you know? But it's true when they say like kids are a blessing. Because like for me, I think they kind of were like their birth became like a turning point for me. I had to sit and go, what am I doing? You know, like, why do I let my actions put so many people through, you know, so much pain and hardships and embarrassing the parents and all of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So that became a very big learning curve for me, and it slowed me down. And you go through your months of like depression, reflecting, and then you own it, and then you're like, yo, this happened, but it's not going to define me. I'm going to rise up and I'm going to make the most of this situation. And that happened pretty quick, and luckily because, you know, like for me, and I think it's important in talking with the guys here, like kids are nothing to play with. Like procreating is nothing to play with because it matters on the quality of a woman that you're going to choose to have a child with can play a very, very big role in the kind of man you become in life, or the kind of father you are known to be. And luckily for me, you know, it happened to be women who really came from good homes and who thought soberly, you understand, and with their guidance and they wanted the best for the kids as well. So it was easy to kind of tidy up and move forward. Like my kids grew up, they met as babies, as like days old, and they were raised as twins. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but I think it wasn't me. I mean, I was 24. I was a kid, you know. But I let their wisdom lead, and it made it easy for me to be a father, like the father I've always dreamt of becoming. You know, so I really appreciate it. For me, it's probably my biggest blessing was that when I look at it. But you know, they say hindsight is 2020. But that was that. There's a lot of people who I came up with who their turning points were, you know, it wasn't as nice as I just didn't pull out twice. You know what I mean? Like theirs was serious stuff, like where people got hurt, or, you know, I don't want to talk about people's stories, but, and other people didn't actually make it. So me, the first lane was like, take it easy on the girls, focus, now you got 2 mouths to feed, and I needed to grow up and roll up my sleeves and start doing what I need to do to make sure that they are good. But remember, now I had strikes with the mom. I can't afford another strike. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to make it happen. And it was, for me, that was the most beautiful surprise that came from that experience. But you know how, you know, raising kids, it's nurture. Like, they were raised as twins. They definitely twins, you know what I mean? So they're my twins, they're our twins, you know, and we've got a great relationship, always have. It was tough, obviously, in the beginning, because you've disappointed people, and it sucks when you do that as a person, and, you know, and but then again, it was 1999 when I did this. I thought Y2K was gonna wipe us out. Bah! You know? So, but it's a beautiful thing, man. And I'm growing up with my kids now, and we work with them. They teach me so much. They help me keep young, stay young, and it's really cool. So yesterday, when Culprit, because he didn't give me the time of the lunch, right? So, and he sends me a reel or something, and I'm like, I remembered, oh my God. And I was out with my sons, two of my two sons having brunch, you know, and I was like, it's nice. I can just call him up and be like, what you doing? Because he doesn't leave home anymore. And he said, I'm just reading comics, because he likes that type of stuff. He collects, you know. And I said, let's do brunch. And then I called his 13-year-old brother. I said, yo, let's do brunch. And for some reason, he said, okay, because the 13-year-old never wants to hang with me. Like, that's mommy's boy. But he came with me, and then, yeah, man, it's beautiful. Like, they my friends now, you know.
You must introduce him to Ebenezer. He loves comics too.
No, I know. I actually have like a stash. Like, I went to go visit him, man. He's got a dope pad.
I've been there.
At the farm.
Yeah.
At the plot.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, he's living nice.
Living nice.
So, but you know, when you go there, like, he's got all these ideas. The herbalizer, are you going to do a drop? Are you going to show him what he does? This guy was like the guy who made all the merch. I don't even think we even paid some of this. Like, he was just so passionate about hip hop that he would literally just print T-shirts just to brand Mzansi rap. You know what I mean?
Mrapper for sure.
Mrapper for sure. Those T-shirts, and he would just give them to us. So, but he still has that giving spirit. I mean, I went to his house and we were just like chatting. He was showing me his property, and as I was leaving, he was like, "Yo, check out this comic, bro. Check out these comics." And he gave me like a stash like this, still in the original packaging, plastic bags, sealed, vacuum sealed, and everything, bro. You know, so it's still like that, yeah. So, but your question was, I think it was a beautiful experience, and I'm basking in the results of it. But yeah, but it took time. You kind of learn. You look at the situation, and you no longer think like a boy, and you think, what is good for me, what is good for the life that I'm going for. You know, you think like that, and then I made the choice just based on that, like what I felt I needed in my life, you know, because there was nothing wrong with either of the ladies, but you gotta pick what I think is the best fit for me and where I'm going at that particular time, right? And that's exactly what I did. And it just so happened that, you know, the other lady as well is actually one of my closest people and one of my closest friends. But you know, when you're young, you don't know, is it a friendship? Is it a this? You kind of fumble, you know, and we sometimes fumble good people because we haven't learned that not everybody is you know, is a stone to be turned, you know? So, yeah, man.
Before we close, there's two things that we've gone through, me and you, and some good, some bad, right? And I'll start with the good.
Well, usually they say end with a good. Whew, you're gonna end with a bad.
Yeah. Well, there's three parts.
Okay,
There's good, bad, good.
Okay, I like that arc.
Yes,
Let's go with that one.
Yes. So 2017, I get a call from a friend, Kupano Molokwane, who's frustrated. He's been rolling around with an idea, a TV show called I Blew It. And he's called everyone and he's done everything. And he says to me, I know you. You're the only person who can get this thing commissioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
I called Scoop and he was in Durban. And I don't know who the second person, Joby and Cross.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. And then they said they couldn't find Cypher or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And maybe I want Shasha. And then the third person I called was you. And I don't know why I felt like you could do something, but every time when I spoke to you, something happened. Like every time we spoke about creative things, creations, things will happen. 3 months later, the concept was on television.
It was on air.
It was on air. Yeah.
I still remember where I was when I first received that call.
Where were you?
No, I was in my house. There's a part. Like, I still remember where I was because it was the most freshest idea that, you know, and I work with these ideas all the time. But when I heard this one, I was like, man, I like this. I think there's something to this, you know? So I never really forget it, you know? And the fact that, and what a lot of people don't really know, is that you guys were so, you didn't just talk the idea. There was talk, but there was already work behind it. Like you had done a lot, and you guys had put blood, sweat, and tears onto it. So it wasn't just in the air. So, and when, as a creative director and a creative producer, when you see that kind of passion where people have backed it up, and your contribution was huge. I mean, just for you to be the guy who knows people, that's a huge thing. You know what I mean? I think when you see that kind of commitment, it's very difficult to not get excited and to just, you know, get the shovel and also like put the coal in the steam engine so that the train moves forward, you know? Yeah.
The bed.
Yeah.
So you put us through another production house that helped us produce this idea, and obviously we fell off with the production house, and I fell off with you because I didn't
know I fell off with you.
I fell off with you because I was like, he's just watching this happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't even say anything to you. I don't even know why.
Look, I mean, I noticed because the conversations kind of slowed down. Because we would chat, like, just about ideas, creativity, and all of that stuff. And then, but I kind of understood it. But to be honest with you, I thought that we were at a place where you could approach me and say.
And I'll tell you why I couldn't. Your wife was involved, and every man choose the wife first.
Yeah.
So my brain was like, I've lost this conversation before you even started.
Yeah. Kanti, at that time, you don't know what people are dealing with.
Yes,
right?
yes.
On their own side. Yeah, look, I mean, those things do happen. And I've heard of them. This was the first time and probably the last time there was a complication in a connection. Like, I literally made a connection because I knew, like, I'd never been in this situation, and I'd never known that. I've never known this company to be in this situation before. I didn't know the inner workings and all that. I just knew stand-up people as far as I understood it. And again, I still would say that, people are always stand-up until they also in a fix sometimes, because there is a point where I'm sure Minister Mkhunu was like, I'm going to solve policing, but then something happened. You understand? Somebody was like, no, you know what I mean? Like, everybody is good until something happens. Or, I don't think, I don't think that was the aim. And I would say that because I know the people, like I know their heart as well, and I know you, and it was a very sensitive, and maybe you saved me by not coming to me, because what was I gonna do? You know what I mean?
True.
Like, maybe I think the universe kind of thought maybe both of us should really cool off. But yeah, I think there was a lot of learning that we did. I mean, we are all business people. And we've all grown from that time, and we are all doing our own things. And I think for me, this one stands like one of those things, even though I was I feel like I was outside looking, like watching. And I know for you, it feels like I was in because it was us and them. But I've learned from that. Like, in my own dealings, I would never want to make a partner of mine in a venture or in any way feel like I took advantage of them, or I didn't tell them about something, or I kept something hidden from them. I think what it taught me is that talk about a situation. We are partners. I'm in a situation. I need this. Maybe you can help me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've learned. But I haven't stopped helping people. Like, that's never been, and I don't think any of us should. You have one bad experience, learn from it and move forward. Maybe I would manage it better now. It sucks to talk about something, but you can't really talk about it,
Yeah.
But I think what I'm saying is that the love I have for you, I never would have put you in harm's way on purpose, intentionally, and I just want you to know that. It's not in my blood to do that. It's not in my bones. It's not in my character to do that. Not just you as somebody that I know, but even people I don't know. That's not how I was raised. I would rather feel the burn than push somebody in front of me. That's how I am, that's how I function, and I'll tell you right now, that's how my wife thinks as well. And that's why I'm still with her to this day, because I know her values and I know how she is. To this day, she doesn't even gossip about a friend to me. She's never spoken about someone. If it's, there's sometimes secrets where I'll talk to Rilebohile, for instance, who's our friend as well, and she's also in this business. And then sometimes she'll be like, I'll call her and I'm like, how you been? And she's like, no, but my friend, I've been feeling down because of this and that. Didn't Tish tell you? I'm like, no, she didn't. You know what I mean? Like, if you haven't said, you can tell Fortune, she just, that's how she is. And so I know that she would, I believe that she would not have knowingly, put anybody in harm's way as well. But I do believe that the experience that you experienced, I think it was a desperate situation for the people involved. And I would like to hope this is not who they are,
That's the third good part. So
Okay.
we since hashed it up and we're good, and
You spoke with them.
yes,
Okay.
we're good now, and we are actually collaborating again now. On
Oh,
the
for
50
real?
Yeah, for real.
Okay, maybe this time I better get that 5% this time. Better get that 5% this time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the last time. Okay, obviously these things are happening in my head, and I have the timelines. When you just don't see what's going on.
Okay.
But the last time we had lunch at the hotel next.
Ugh, that sounded so bad. Guys, no Diddy. Just like no Diddy. Please, please clarify that there's a restaurant at that particular establishment, and that's where we met.
Okay, we had lunch at the hotel.
Yeah.
And first of all, the burger was amazing. Thank you. Oh man, I have this obsession with, it's a long story, but in COVID, when people were trying to figure out how to make food, magwenya or madombolo,
Yeah.
Sean Pages introduced me to homemade burgers, and now I judge McDonald's, any burger from anywhere until that lunch.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
And the view was nice too.
Yeah. No, it's an amazing space. And I think that day I was able to talk to you about all these things, and we were able to, I was able to realize that there's no love lost. Me and you, we go from way back. We still have big projects we have to produce together. We have ideas that we started, we still have to do, And I really, really appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. I love you, and you are an inspiration. I mean, every time when I do a promo, I reference the first I blew it promo that you did. And I remember how you spoke about it. I mean, you guys pushed me to a point where when you were doing the music for the show, you rejected so many songs. You guys pushed me hard to become who I became in the game. So that's the good thing in the end, that I really, really appreciate you and your wife, Tish.
No, thank you. I think, they say diamond cuts diamond, and it's the same with you. And for me to have kind of seen that growth, and because you've never been too proud to act like you know everything, which I love. You have the ability to be teachable, which is a skill that I always say people must always have. And then you go at it, and you're not afraid to be vulnerable, and you are not afraid to grow wings while you are flying. And I mean, you telling everybody that we did this, but you are now teaching me about the other aspect of TV, about the scripted world and how it actually works, and you are guiding me through my own growth. So it is true what they say, Yuguti, like umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. You know what I mean? Like, you push somebody up and they pull you up, and when they get there, they pull you up as well, and all of that. And that's how it should work. And you are constantly growing, and it inspires me as well. You know, and when I look at you as like the first, you know, you're the first like DJ to release like an album. Am I wrong?
No.
You know, with original music. I think the Mutako mixtape, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That was it. And I remember you had a song. Is it that one? Is it 10,111?
Yes.
That was on District 9.
Yes.
Um,
Oh man.
Yeah, like, dude, like when I say like I'm a fan of my friends, I don't just say it. Like, I'm like, and you know, I love the space of, you know, the film, TV industry and how it merges with the music part. So for me, that was like, how did he manage to do that? And it's one of my favorite films. I love that story. And I mean, it was such a very great project to be a part of. And I remember waiting to see the credits, you know, and to see there, your name is there, and that's beautiful. And you've gone on and you've done that. You've surpassed, like, you know, everything that I would have dreamt. You've done it. You've done it your own way. You know what I mean? I think I was the first producer with a, people would call it a compilation,
Yes.
but whatever body of work. But I can't DJ. But you, azega, mixing, you took it that level. And then with the TV, you also did the same. And you kind of like, you had, dude, like you are an inspiration. You constantly learning. You are always, you know, updating yourself and upgrading yourself. You know, and I think I think the reason why you and I keep talking, because it's not like we socialize at the same places. We only really just meet about work, and we talk about work related things, and our passion for hip hop brought us together, but we've grown together, is because I think that we value constant learning and adapting. And I know I'm a jack of many trades and I'm a master of none, but they always say that is actually the way to go. And I'm happy with that. There's actually, I think you finish it off. It actually, the master of none is actually wins at the end. I don't know what it's saying. We can Google it, but I really admire that about you. And yeah, we can stop stroking each other now. Maybe you wanna. Maybe you.
Ladies and gents, Fortune Masina.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Cool. Thanks for having me.
Okay, that's enough.